There's a new push to end veteran homelessness in San Diego. It's a problem the city has been trying to fix for years, and there has been some progress. Back in 2018, the annual point-in-time survey of San Diego's homeless population found that there were at least 1,300 veterans without a home across the county. There have been decreases each year since. The latest point-in-time survey done a year ago found about 700 homeless veterans in San Diego. But 700 homeless veterans is still, of course, far too many. County leaders are working to get that number down to zero. Supervisors Nathan Fletcher and Nora Vargas have proposed a plan hoping to do so. NBC7's Jackie Crea spoke with Fletcher and a veteran who experienced living on the streets.
So county leaders like Supervisor Fletcher and Vargas say we need to chip away at the larger looming problem of homelessness in our state, and we do that by focusing on smaller populations, in this case the military community, those who have served our country. It hasn't always been blue skies for veteran Jesse Gray.
It was more like a perfect storm after I'd separated from the Air Force. The separation was not nearly as in-depth or helpful as going into the service and the training there.
He ended up on the streets of San Francisco, he says, when he couldn't afford a roof over his head. So he showered at gyms and slept in his car until he lost that too.
All of that started to become real without the vehicle on the streets. My substance abuse was getting out of control, meth and heroin.
The pandemic, he says, actually helped get him back on his feet. Now in San Diego, ironically, he just got his real estate license and works in advocacy for homeless veterans. Here, he's standing alongside Supervisor Nathan Fletcher, announcing a new initiative.
We want to get to a place where there are no homeless veterans in San Diego, and if somebody does become homeless, they are immediately identified and the resources are there to get them off the street.
If his policy passes, the county will work internally but also externally to bring together stakeholders, lawmakers, and those who've experienced homelessness, for example, to come up with a playbook for helping homeless veterans.
Someone who's been on the streets for a long time, they may not be a candidate to go right into an apartment. They might need a higher intensity environment to begin with, and then maybe they can transition to living on their own in an apartment.
Fletcher says personalized case management, building more shelters, and wraparound services are a must to treat drug addiction or mental health issues. But also attracting landlords to house the homeless has already become an obstacle.
So I think we're going to have some work on our end to make sure that we can make it work for those landlords, and then we're going to need some landlords who want to step up, who say, look, I get it, I care about this issue, and I want to be a part of the solution.
Jesse agrees.
The property owners and landlords, they have to feel like this is not a high-risk situation for them.
County Board of Supervisors will vote on this on Tuesday. Then Supervisor Fletcher says he expects his action plan to be completed by April 21st. Reporting, Jackie Crea, NBC7.
Supervisor Fletcher says the county is at a good starting point. Between 2020 and 2022, there was a 30% decrease in veterans experiencing homelessness.